Okay, so, hello, this is gonna be weird for a few reasons. Firstly, just the simple fact that, my internet kinda died, and so this stream is, delayed by an hour, but we should be back now, I think? We should be back now, and also secondly, this is kind of a weird stream idea. I wanted to sort of react to a lot of trailers dropped while I was away on my trip, basically. And I wanted to sort of... Why can't I get the chat up on my phone? Getting the chat up on my phone just so that I can actually, see... hang on. My phone is refusing to have the chat displayed. It's because I'm doing display capture instead of window capture. Whenever I switch over, you'll get chatception. So, hello everyone, you can see the chat. Yeah, hi, hello. Stream isn't dead. Show me revival. Hello. Okay, we've got a decent number of people here. I still can't get the chat open on my phone. Which is annoying because that is the main way that I would be able to actually see the chat while, this is... Oh, there we go, yeah, okay, I got it, right, okay, there we go. Yeah. I should mention, I am a lot more cautiously optimistic about Fortune's Weave, but, before that, I'm gonna start with the Persona stuff first. So, okay, now that we actually have people back, let's go and start with this first trailer. Now, I hope that, if this gets copyright claimed, it's probably, fine. I just won't get revenue for this, one video, but, hopefully it doesn't. I'll be pausing and unpausing these trailers a lot, so, yeah, here we go. Likely mature, 17 plus. Because it will probably have Mara in it. Was there, any recent SMT game that didn't have Mara? They made Mara DLC in Soul Hackers 2. Oh, and of course, Metaphor. They almost put Mara in Metaphor, but, yeah. Okay, I hope you guys can hear audio, because, I cannot hear audio, and I think I know why. My computer may have defaulted to my PlayStation 4 controller's port. Have I thought about playing Unicorn Overlord before? Kind of, but, I keep hearing mixed things about it as well. I might try the demo one day and see if I would. I mean, yeah, Mara's green, and this game is green, so... True. Okay, yeah, people can hear the audio. Okay, good. It's just me who can't. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. But yeah, there it is. Persona 6. And even though this says Xbox X... Oh, okay, it does say PS5 and Steam. Okay, that's good to know. Because this was revealed on an Xbox showcase where obviously they couldn't say that it was on platforms other than Xbox. But, we all knew it was coming to things. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Switch 2 is in the... is going to be launching for Switch 2. But, I know that, Metaphor's out on Switch 2 now. Not now, but it will be coming, which is good, but, the trailer made it look a bit janky, so I hope that it's not horrible. I've heard that Reload was not great. Recovering from surgery, Nacho Hangover. Well, I hope that went well. But yeah, I've heard that the Reload on Switch 2 isn't great, which is sad. I just noticed our PS5 logo, play has no limits, registered trademarks, sorry. Yeah. I'll talk about the trips later, I think. Yeah. So, okay. I obviously don't have a lot of thoughts on Persona 6 beyond the fact that, that it exists. Because, just like Persona 5, we didn't get any gameplay in the initial trailer. No game footage at all. But this did actually reveal some interesting things about the game's potential theming. Firstly, it's green, and literally everyone called it being green. I guess that was like kind of one of the last major colors to be available, because Q1 used purple and Q2 used orange, so, yeah. Everyone called it being green. The main takeaway, I feel... Oh yeah, not showing over surgery went well, that's nice. The main takeaway that I can see is that it looks like the game is gonna have a gothic horror theme. So, like, while Persona 5 was picaresque novels, Persona 6 is gonna be gothic horror. And that is very interesting. And I'm kind of calling... I know that a lot of people are calling this... but I'm calling Dracula as one of the party personas. Also Frankenstein's creature, probably. Some kind of werewolf. I don't know if the Wolfman's a universal trademark or not, but like some kind of werewolf. I don't know if a mummy would really work, but yeah, I'm thinking like classic gothic horror monsters. Van Helsing could be in it. I need to actually read Dracula. On my trip to Ireland, I actually found out that Bram Stoker's Irish. I didn't actually know that. But yeah, and I saw like the original, like they had an original. There was a literature museum, and they had an original manuscript of the first edition of Dracula. So that was cool. But yeah, other than that, the Persona 6 website says that the game will be occult-themed. Yeah, I did hear about that, and also it talks about rumors, so it seems like they're kind of bringing back Persona 2 stuff, which is cool. The main thing... oh, hey, thank you, Minato Kurusu, for being a member for 6 months. That's a while. So, the main thing that I kind of feel from this trailer, like the vibe that I'm getting is, unlike Persona 5, this is not that far away. A lot of people are saying, well, wait until 2030 for the next trailer. I think this game is closer than that, because, well, one, there are leaks. There have been leaks that imply the game is feature complete at this point. I don't want to talk about the leaks, but it's like just a couple of artworks and the protagonist's names of the party members, but we know like literally nothing about them besides the names. And a couple of designs. Also, sorry for the lack of, like, sound here. I'm just, giving my own thoughts. Oh, thank you for, the membership, Kwanko. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde would be interesting too, especially given the original concept of Mr. Hyde that, like, he's not a split personality. He's just Jekyll putting on a fake identity to get away with his worst impulses. And then that kind of almost becomes a metaphor for, like, drug addiction. And so it's interesting. But yeah, so these days, video games don't get revealed unless they're pretty close to coming out. I feel like the days of, like, Persona 5 being like, oh, thank you, Phantasmaris, for the membership. Persona 5 being like, oh, yeah, we'll drop our first trailer in, like, 2012 or something, and then it's like, yeah, nothing happens for a while. Because, like, I'll admit, I wasn't hyped for Persona 5 until we saw the first gameplay footage. Then I was really hyped, mostly because of Sly, but still. I was really hyped for P5, but so I'm waiting for the first actual gameplay footage, but I do think, and I know I'm a broken record at this point, but I do think this game is not that far away, especially since, like, a lot of studios like Nintendo are like, Fortune's Weave is probably done at this point. They usually, like, reveal games that are already done and then release them because, like, I think they've realized that it's kind of annoying that when they make a trailer for something and then, like, the game doesn't come out for 10 years. Like, I still can't believe that the first Breath of the Wild trailer was, like, 2014. That's crazy to me. But yes, I don't think it will be next year, but it might be 2028. We'll see. I don't want to make any predictions, obviously. Nacho Hangover says, did you see Johnny Awesom's Persona 6 theory? I'm not looking at any theories. I kind of want to just form my own opinions. And also, I kind of don't like excessive theorizing because then you're inevitably going to get disappointed. So, I'd rather just wait and see what the game actually is than make any wild speculations. I do think people are theorizing, Cybersonic says, oh yeah, as the young guy, I feel like I need more, yeah, it'll be good, yeah. But yeah, people are theorizing there might be two protagonists. There might be a male and a female protagonist, which would be really cool. But yeah, that's kind of the furthest I'll go. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it exists. But, like, we knew it existed. Like, we knew they were gonna make a Persona 6. So, like, when the trailer hit, I wasn't, like, super screaming hype, because to me, I was like, oh yeah, this was inevitable. Like, you know, obviously there was gonna be a Persona 6. But the horror theme is cool. Anything else that I can talk about regarding my thoughts on this? Just trying to think, yeah, anyway, there was another trailer that I did get super hyped for, but yeah. Oh, right, the cemetery. Okay, one more, okay, sorry, one more thing that I had, like, I'm wondering if, like, the graves and the gothic horror theme, well, if I'm gonna be engaging in theorizing, this is my theory, so, like, what if the theme of this game was the death of the self? And the resurrection of the self from its own grave. Like, the idea that in this new world of, like, AI and all this super technology and going crazy and the internet and everyone is, like, losing sense of what's real and losing track of their own identity, well, you know, we need to bring back our sense of self. We need to resurrect it from the grave. So, that could be, like, I don't know, that's just my, you know, possible idea, but there's a lot you could do with the theme of, like, undeath and gothic horror and graves and the occult. I was also thinking, that, the Velvet Room could be a mad scientist laboratory like Frankenstein, and then I was like, they already did that in Raidou, though. It would be interesting if they imported Victor into Persona for some reason. But, like, it would be cool. Like, it would make sense if the Velvet Room was, like, a Frankenstein lab where, like, you have lightning striking, like, the Personas to fuse them. And, like, you have some kind of crazy, like, the Velvet Attendant's probably gonna be a girl again. But, like, they could be some, like, crazy, like, mad scientist, like, goth-looking person who does, like, insane experiments, I don't know. That would be potentially interesting. But somebody mentioned that's Persona 3 in a nutshell. Honestly, Persona 3 is more about live life to the fullest, knowing that you will die. Like, or like, even if life is, you know, life is temporary, it doesn't make it meaningless. That's what I thought Persona 3 was. Like, I feel like this is a different angle of, like, graves and death and resurrection and like, but anyway. Persona 6 is dead, confirmed. Hi, Bubble C. So, okay. So now, let's go on to the first trailer, the launch trailer for Persona 4 Revival, and, this one's gonna be a little... my thoughts on this are a little awkward, but it looks cool at least. Let's just show this.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
Domino might have been on that Midnight Channel before she died too.
Oh wow, this is why is the quality so bad? Hang on. Let me try and fix that. Yeah, I loaded this back when my internet died. So, here we go.
Where are we?
Whoa.
Feels like we're someplace totally different. What?
This song is really cool though.
Now then, whatever's going on.
And I'm kind of biased because I don't like Time to Make History, but I'm liking this song a lot.
Is to wield direct control of one's heart. And the heart is strengthened through bonds.
Doesn't it sound cool?
Someone had to see that. I'm glad it was you.
Was that supposed to be him?
Good times never seem to last long, do they?
I hate you, sneaky, stupid, bully jerk!
Fully voice acted Marie in Social Links, yes!
I can't wait!
So, shall we?
Really? So neat!
Come on, don't call me that.
All shadows were originally born from humans.
Well, then that means Senpai got killed by her other self.
No! Get out of here! Don't look at me! Does that mean you're...
Yeah, this does look really cool though. I've heard some people say that, like, they might be making the shadow scenes, like, reverse Persona 5 Awakenings, which would be cool.
head and pretend I'm not real. I can't.
Alright, the which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
I think I'd like to help too. I'm not running away from this. Well, but I have no problem taking down shadows. It's over!
So yeah, I'll be counting on you, partner. Then let's team up and catch this jerk.
Let's end it. Here, go. Persona.
Oh, that looks cool too. That looks really cool. So yeah, it does look really flashy. It is coming next year. Like, that's the thing, like, they revealed this not too, like, too early before it would actually come out. Also, Xbox Cloud, that terrifies me, given how badly, Kingdom Hearts ran on Cloud. Ugh. At least it's getting a proper collection for Switch, I think? Oh, right, I need to react to the Kingdom Hearts trailer, I forgot about that one. Yeah, forgive me if I don't, you know, go over the trailer for, like, your favorite game here. I'm picking a select few, but I probably need to add the Kingdom Hearts trailer to the list because I completely forgot about that one. That they dropped it in a Nintendo Direct of all things. Anyway, Persona 4 Revival. So yeah. I saw someone say Marie Bros we winning, and like, yeah, I don't ship her with the protagonist, but I like Marie. Like, I don't get the Marie hate. I think she's like, she's good. This is funny. Her face there. Anyway, I think Marie's funny, especially in the spin-offs, and her actual arc in the Hollow Forest is great. Also, the fact that she's here in the remake proves they are including the golden content, which is good. Though, at the same time, that's my main issue with Revival. So, my thing with Revival is I'm not, like, sure that I actually feel like Persona 4 needed a remake, because Golden's already aged quite well. It's available on most modern platforms for cheap, and they're probably gonna delist it when the remake comes out. So, like, I just was like, I know, like, you know, Reload did well, and Persona 4 is well-liked. It came out in 2008, so it is kind of an old game at this point. But, like, I thought that Persona 3 justified the remake a little more, but see, Persona 3 was always a game that, the Persona fans kept saying, oh, you gotta play Persona 3 for the story's really good, but if you're used to P5, you probably won't enjoy the gameplay of P3, also you need to follow a guide, otherwise you will reverse every single social link. Like, the social link stuff alone is why I think P3 needed a remake. P4 is completely approachable, I think, to a modern Persona fan. Golden, I mean. Like, everything about Golden, like, you can probably still get into it. This is just my thoughts on this, that yeah, I don't know how, like, I don't really, like, see, I'm a very pro-remake guy. I'm, like, maybe the most pro-remake guy in the world, and I'm probably biased because these days they are remaking games that I've actually played. Like, the reason why I love remakes is because I miss so many Super NES games, because none of them came out in Australia. I had to play them through remakes. But, now it's just like, I just think that Golden has aged well enough that I don't know how justified this is. The only thing I can maybe see this doing, Yosuke Romance. Just add the Yosuke romance back. That would fix so many problems with the game's writing. Just have Yosuke be romanceable, and like, I know, like, some people are gonna be mad, but it'll be optional, so, like, yeah. I don't, again, there's Naoto and Kanji as well. I'm worried about how certain people are gonna react to any changes they make to Naoto and Kanji, especially Naoto. Naoto attracts a lot of very uncomfortable simping, in my opinion, and these people also tend to be quite vocally transphobic, but yeah, let's not go into that. I'm not saying that all Naoto waifuists are that, but there are a lot of them who are. Anyway, but yeah, adding the Yosuke rooms would be good. Making the dungeons, like, actually more interesting than just straight corridors. That's the other thing that I think a remake could do, and I'm not sure if they are gonna do that. I haven't actually watched the showcase yet, although I may have to, because my headphones at the moment aren't actually working, so, Although I wonder if they will work if I unplug my PS4 controller. Please don't break the stream. Okay, now let me just play and see if I can hear things.
I'm glad it was you.
No, I still can't hear things. I have to change my settings so that the sound actually comes out of my headphones. That's annoying. Yes. So, also, we know the new voice actors from Twitter now, and Yosuke is, I think he used to be, oh right, yeah, this screen, yeah, so we can actually see a little bit of the level up screen here. Yeah, there we go. It's not, like, super, like, hugely, I mean, it's pretty similar to Reload, looking at it. But yeah, the main thing that I know is that, Yosuke's VA used to be, he was Nozomi, I think. If so, that's a huge glow up. I like him as Rindo. I think he's Rindo in Neo The World Ends With You. So, yeah, if so, I like him as Rindo. Yeah, Yosuke's a big glow up. And also, Yukiko is, Brianna Knickerbocker, who is, Tita in Trails, so that's very weird to me. And also Sakura in Fire Emblem. So, yeah. Although I can actually imagine Sakura from Fates growing up to be like Yukiko. But anyway. Yeah, a lot of Gacha VAs, a lot of Genshin VAs. I don't recognize all of them, but some of them look good. Yeah, the main voices people have been talking about are Kanji and the thing with Kanji as well is that, like, Kanji's meant to be only 15 years old. He's one of the youngest in the party. I forget if he's younger than Rise. I think he is. He might actually be the youngest in the party. So, him not sounding like a 30-year-old man, or, 40-year-old, I'm almost 35, actually, but yeah, I don't want to talk about 30-year-olds like they're old. Him not sounding like a middle-aged man is probably good. As much as I like Troy Baker and Matthew Mercer's performances, like, I love Troy Baker Kanji, don't get me wrong, Troy Baker Kanji is fantastic, but, like, I'm not opposed to him sounding a bit younger, because he's meant to be really young, despite his appearance. Oh yeah, he is. Rise can get a motorbike license and he can't. Yeah, I had a feeling he was younger than her. But also the other thing is Teddy. Where is Teddy here? Did I miss him or was he just, oh, there he is. So yeah, Teddy sounds very, very different, and a lot of people think that's a good thing. Again, I like Sam Riegel a lot. I like Dave Wittenberg Teddy, even though it's basically the exact same as Sam Riegel Teddy. Came first, but still. But, like, I haven't actually watched Lady Virgilia's video yet about the Teddy localization analysis, but I did always agree that Teddy was a lot more child-coded in Japanese, and the whole scoring thing was translated kind of wrong, because in Japanese, that term specifically means a woman hitting on a man, and the idea is that Teddy is using a word that he has no idea what it actually means. He just heard it, and he's like, oh hey, I'll say that word, and everyone's like, I don't think you know what that means. Like, there's a bit in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax where Junpei says, like, only girls can Gyakunan. Like, Junpei even, like, gets the impression that Teddy doesn't actually speak Japanese, like, fluently from his dialogue. So, it's very interesting, and I wonder if they'll lean more into that, because, like, I do agree Japanese Teddy's voice is annoying. I don't like it, but, like, I do like the idea of Teddy being kind of like a child mentally, especially with, it makes his friendship with Nanako a lot more wholesome, because, like, Nanako is the one friendship that he takes completely seriously. There's, like, basically no jokes in his friendship with Nanako. And it's always played as just totally wholesome. And yeah, so, like, I don't know, we'll see how this new voice goes. And yeah, a lot of people in the chat are bothered by Teddy's Japanese voice. I do agree with that sentiment. Like, same with Rise, I don't like Rise's Japanese voice, although it did kind of grow on me a little bit. I haven't talked about Rise here because, I'll just say this up front, to me in this trailer, Chie and Rise sound like exactly the same. They don't real, like, I don't really, yeah, like, I don't mind their voices, but at the same time, they basically sound exactly the same as they used to. Marie does sound a little, I will admit that Marie didn't quite hit the delivery on the stupid jerk I hate you line in the trailer, but, like, we'll hear more when we get the full game, because Marie with full voice acting all the time is going to be an absolute national treasure. Like in the Q games, where most of her stuff is fully voiced. Well, I don't think her poems were voiced in the original, Persona 4. I don't think they were. So, yeah, anyway, Japanese reads grew on me in Q2. Yeah, true, yeah. Like, yeah, that's the thing. Also, Japanese kanji is very different. Like, I think this performance is a lot closer to Japanese kanji. Because, like, English kanji is a lot more your average tough guy stereotype, whereas, like, Japanese kanji does not sound what I expected him to sound like. I'm just going on. Oh, the poems were? Okay, then. It's been a while since I played, like, I do love it, like, I remember, like, I'm tangenting here, but the Persona 4 Let's Play I did on my channel, I liked that a lot more than I expected to. Like, I actually ended up really, really enjoying that game, playing through that. Like, I didn't, because I used to hate P4, I don't know why, but I did. Well, I kind of know why, it's because I had insecurities about myself at the time, so the shadow stuff hit too close to home. But, like, I like it a lot more now than I used to, yeah, so, yeah, speaking of Rise, do you think you'll change how she works, like how, oh yeah, I do like how they, like, I know that it was a bit broken, especially applying buffs before battle. I like how they handled Fuka in Reload. Like, that's another, okay, so, here's the thing that I do want to talk about a little bit, particularly in this, like, whole, you know, season finale kind of thing. Yeah. This is just my honest opinion here. I think that Atlas YouTubers are too harsh on Reload. And, like, I don't take this as any kind of, like, you know, insult to any of them. Like, they're all great. I'm friends with Bubble Tea, like, online. Like, he's great. But I have to state my opinion. And my opinion is that, I do think that a lot of the big Atlas YouTubers are too harsh on Reload. I don't think their criticisms are invalid, like, and I'm not saying, because this is the problem with this discourse, the moment that you say things like this, people will be like, oh, are you just being a mindless consumer who's saying that people aren't allowed to criticize anything? No, that's not what I'm doing. But I am allowed to say that I don't think that Reload is, like, that bad. I understand and acknowledge the criticisms that people have with it, but I am also allowed to think that it's a fine game and a decent way to play Persona 3. Like, I don't agree with the whole sentiment that it completely ruined Persona 3. Like, I don't agree with the lighting criticisms. I don't agree with the lack of tactics making it not feel like Persona 3 anymore. Because, like, I still, like, and here's the reason why I'm going into this, is because I think that Reload legitimately did have some gameplay that should be carried forward in the series, particularly the way navigators work. The navigator's SP actually doing something, you needing to spend navigator SP to have the navigator do things. That is cool. Like, it solves the problem of navigators like Futaba and Rise just randomly making you all invincible and just making the game broken. And it also, again, Navigator SP has a purpose. There's resource management. There were times in Reload Merciless where I ran out of SP on Fuka before a boss, and I had to work around that. So, I like how that works. I like some of the skills that they've, like, done, like Auto Taruka Bellion. Like, they actually experimented a lot with some skills, and like, Shinjiro having, like, the damage himself but gets charge and rebellion at the same time thing. And also I think Theurgies are better than Showtimes. Like, Showtimes were kind of dumb in the way that the game would just randomly give you a Showtime for anything. Like, if the enemy just sneezes at you, you get a Showtime. It's just kind of ridiculous. So, yeah. And I do understand that a lot of people are getting worried that this game's going to be, like, too easy. And, like, yeah. I do still think that Reload Merciless, even though, like, you know, ambushing on the field was broken, and it looks like it's going to be even more broken here, given some of the footage, I think Reload Merciless was a step up from Persona 5 Merciless, definitely. Like, P5 Merciless was like, if you actually knew the enemy weaknesses, which you probably should if you're playing Merciless, it's easier than hard. Because everything just dies in one hit, and you never need to worry about you taking triple damage from weaknesses and criticals, because the enemies never get a turn. So they don't do that in Reload Merciless. You know, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but Priestess was actually a challenge in my Merciless run on stream. And that was cool. Like, that boss is normally a joke. Like, that's another thing I appreciate with Reload. They did buff the full moon bosses, to a point where they actually felt like a threat, and they could do that because you actually could just, you know, you didn't lose all your progress if you died to them anymore, so they could afford to do that. Like, the reason I feel that the original, I'll just do a different image here just to stop, you know, boring you. The reason, oh, that's cool. The reason why I always felt like the original Full Moon bosses were easy was because you couldn't save before them. So they had to make them easier, so that you didn't lose because you'd have to redo the entire Full Moon operation, including the cutscenes if you died to them. So that kind of sucked. But now, with you just being able to, like, restart battles from the beginning, they can afford to make those fights actually more involved and more challenging. Now, the thing is, I am not sure how they're going to handle P4's bosses, because P4's bosses in Vanilla had the opposite issue. The early shadows, particularly Yukiko and Kanji, were probably too hard, and Golden actually nerfed them. So, I don't know how they're going to handle the boss fights in Revival, in that regard. Because, like, again, yeah, the original had the problem that the bosses were too hard. So, we'll see. I'm expecting they'll probably be easier, but I don't know, I could be surprised. Like, we could get another, Merciless Priestess situation. I'm okay with Shadow Yukiko in Golden. I do feel like Shadow Kanji got nerfed a little bit too much in Golden. He was really dumb in the original. Like, a tough guy drained physical, I think, or something like that, and nobody had any weaknesses in that fight. And Yosuke, like, couldn't get rid of their Heat Riser. It was... I forget. I know that, like, vanilla Shadow Kanji was, like, horrendously annoying. So yeah. But after that, it kind of evened out a little bit. Amano Sagiri was always kind of a threat, though. I wonder if they'll change that as well, because, if you let the fight go the way it's supposed to, Amano Sagiri is actually pretty challenging. Oh, wait, no, I think I'm talking about Kunino. I'm talking about Kunino Sagiri, actually. The one that controls you. But, like, anyway... Yeah, I am going kind of crazy, but, yeah, Shadow Yukio and Kanji and Golden are fine, in my opinion. Yeah, I do sort of agree. Hi, Jamie, yeah, just looking at chat now. So, yeah, I should probably do the Revival, like, broadcast, also 240p, lol, Look at that clickbait. Persona 4 Vanilla, 5 Vanilla is worse than Remember. I mean, I kind of agree, but also, like, I actually do think Persona 5 Vanilla was fine. Royal's just really... I think it's less that 5 Vanilla is bad, and more that Royal is just really good and so much better. The technical in 5 Vanilla was dumb, but, like... So yeah, here's the slight problem. If I do this, I am definitely going to need to fix my audio, and how do I do that without doxing myself is the thing. So if I switch to a different tab here, yeah, everything's going to go black. Let me just see if I can actually bring up my sound settings. Oh, that's weird. The headphones are gone to my microphone. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, this does not break anything. Okay, let me go back to the, this... Okay, let me just see if I can actually hear the audio now. I can. Good. No, the benefits of watching this later. I can skip the intro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Persona 4 Revival broadcast.
And I might be pausing this one to talk because I don't want to get, like, copyright claimed.
This program introduces Persona 4 Revival, launching on February 18th, 2027, or P4R for short.
Oh my god, the Midnight Channel joke I did in my Let's Play is actually real.
But first, let's talk about the Persona series.
This is literally just the Midnight Channel announcer that I invented, wow.
Each title in the series is a standalone story with its own story and characters.
Oh hey, they actually showed Persona, like, 2 footage there. That's actually cool. They don't normally acknowledge that. Somebody in the chat just said, oh, it's very quiet. Okay, yeah, I probably have, sorry about that. Let me just put this up a little bit. Oh yeah, because I won't really be talking during the trailer footage, so I think I'll put this up a bit, yeah. Now it might be too loud, but, anyway, yes, so yeah, the models look very good, yeah, they mentioned a game before P3, so, yeah, we'll say, yeah, each installment is a standalone with its own story and characters, and except for, like, the spin-offs that, like, cross over them.
Each can be enjoyed without needing to play in order.
Yeah, that's true.
Persona 4 specifically is set in a quaint rural town. It boasts enduring popularity both domestically and internationally, thanks to its catchy elements and pop atmosphere.
And it's also deceptively really dark on top of that. That is the thing. Persona 4 was the first time that the Persona series actually became, like, really successful in the West. Like, Persona 3 was kinda mainstream, but it was mostly successful with Shin Megami Tensei fans, I feel. Like, and I think in a way that kinda leads into that whole attitude of, oh, Revival ruined it, because, like, Persona 3 is the most Shin Megami Tensei-like Persona, apart from 1 and 2, obviously. Most Shin Megami Tensei-like modern Persona. And a lot of SMT fans kind of latched onto it as, like, this is the Shin Megami Tensei Persona. This is, like, this is not the mainstream Persona. This is when it was still niche. This is Persona before it became, you know, before it sold out. And yeah, like, not insulting people who like P3, but I feel like P3 did kind of have that reputation. P4 was the first one to actually break out into the, like, kind of more mainstream, and then P5 just exploded into mainstream. But, like, it's kind of cool they acknowledge that its popularity internationally, because I do feel like P4 was the first to really hit in that regard.
The upcoming release of P4R is a full remake of the fan-favorite title, Persona 4. Whether you've played the original or not, we'll be sharing plenty of details about what makes P4R special, including its exciting new features. So be sure to stay with us until the very end.
I do like the new battle UI. Oh, that looks cool too. Like, I like how there's, like, a TV dial on the battle UI.
The game takes place in the rural Japanese town of Inaba. The protagonist, a teenager who has just moved to this peaceful
It
town,
would really show up here.
hears rumors of the urban legend known as the Midnight Channel.
You ever heard of the Midnight Channel?
They say that your soulmate will appear if you stare into a television set on a rainy night.
Also, wait, that's Your Affection. Yeah, I that's another thing, is like Your Affection and Heartbeat Heartbreak have really grown on me. I just genuinely get nostalgic for those songs now, entirely because of the Let's Play that I did.
The protagonist gets curious and investigates this rumor. He is pulled into a mysterious alternate world hidden inside it.
Yep, literally isekai'd.
There, he uncovers clues tied to the serial murders.
Fun fact, the metaverse in Persona 5 is actually called isekai in Japanese.
And encounters strange creatures known as shadows.
There's been throwing people in here. It's becoming a huge problem.
They attack anyone who enters this other world. Cornered by a shadow, he awakens to the power within his heart, his persona. The protagonist then forms an investigation team, setting out to uncover the truth behind the serial murders and unravel the mysteries of the Midnight Channel.
Me too. Which means that we also gotta catch whoever's tossing people in here.
And so begins an unforgettable year filled with friendship, adventure, and mystery in a quiet country town.
Okay, the fireworks scene looks pretty nice now. So like, that kind of spoils, like, the opening, like, 5 hours of the game. That's another issue with, like, P4. I do feel like you've got the slow-paced opening. The thing is, I doubt they could really do much to fix that, because there's nothing you could really do that wouldn't just completely change the story. Because they have to go into the Midnight Channel at the times they do, and, like, it's kind of hard because like, and I think looking back, people also feel like P3 and P5 also have slow openings, so like I don't know, like I used to criticize P4's beginning for being too slow, but I don't see how they could really change it.
Let me introduce the members of the investigation team. First up is the protagonist, a sophomore in high school who
Okay, so, just here's the thing. As a non-American, the term sophomore makes no sense to me. It took me so long to realize what it meant. I think it means second year? I think it's freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and it confuses me to no end that junior is not the first one. Yeah.
to his parents' circumstances, has been sent to live with his...
Oh, hey, we got the text messages. Oh, I really hope they keep Yosuke's text messages being, like, incomprehensible chat speak. Because it's so funny. I still, like, I know that I say this all the time. I love this one fanfic where, it was a Kanji Naoto shipping fanfic, by the way. But, like, but it was also had a bit of you and Yosuke on the side, I think. But, like, they had some text from Yosuke, and, like, comments were, like, complaining, like, could you please write Yosuke's text better? I can't understand him. And the author of the fic had to reply saying, no, don't blame me. Yosuke actually texts like that in the game. I'm sorry.
Uncle in Inaba. He's caught up in a series of mysterious murders and awakens to the power of his persona.
Oh yeah, Rise uses like 1 billion emojis, doesn't she? Yeah, Rise was also pretty great. Yeah, sorry if my voice is a bit off. I haven't done a stream in a long time, so my voice might be like still getting used to this. Anyway, just looking at chat for a little bit. Keep Naoto's robot texting? Yes. P3's prologue's under... Oh, yeah, no. P3's prologue's pretty quick. I don't know why some people say that it's slow. Like, I think P3's prologue is the best out of them. P5's is also decent. Yeah, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. What I want to know is how that one Atlas guy who hates cars will get in his bit of author tract in here. That's a Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. Sorry, I'm just looking at chat here. Oh, yes, Aika. Yeah, it would be really cool if they actually did put Aika in the game. For those who don't know, Aika is the daughter of, like, the ramen shop owners and she's only in the anime. She exists in the game. You just never see her. Like, they mention, oh, hey, my daughter, you just missed her. She just went out. Yeah, so she's canon to the games, but in the anime, she's voiced by Cassandra Lee Morris, and she's amazing. And people joke that if she was asked to deliver ramen in the TV world, she could do it. Like, Aika is just like... She's like the cat of Persona 4, if that makes sense. She'll show up anywhere. And yeah, it would be amazing if they actually did add Aika.
Big bro?
Yosuke Hanamura, the protagonist's classmate.
Oh, sorry, it said exclusive Persona. I read that as executive producer. I'm so Midnight Channel brained.
Cheerful and reliable, he considers himself as a team's strategist. As the group's moonmaker, he helps steer discussions and piece together clues during their investigations.
Let's do everything we can, partner.
Okay, that art of Chie's, I mean, people have been criticizing the art, and again, they're totally valid. I like this smile on Chie.
An energetic girl who sits next to the protagonist. Friendly, passionate, and driven by a strong sense of justice, she loves kung fu movies and meat.
They had to get that obligatory mention in.
Excuse me, another fried rice with extra meat, please.
Yukiko.
Yeah, as much as the Yukiko, people are gonna get angry at that. But anyway, as much as like the whole meat thing, I do think was flanderized a bit too much. I still love the scene in the anime where in the festival, which is like, my favorite food is yogurt, I guess. And Yosuke immediately yells from like off screen, "You big liar! It's meat!" I love the Persona. The Persona 4 anime is so good. Like, I'm glad that people have now finally realized that the Persona 4 anime is, like, actually goated. Because people used to hate it. I mean, you know, people are entitled to their opinions, but, like, I love the P4 anime. And it's one of the few anime that I actually think the dub is better than the original.
Amagi, the protagonist's classmate and Chia's childhood friend. She is the only daughter of a long-established inn and a standout figure at school. She's responsible, but she also has a bit of a spacey side and often leans on Shia for support.
I want to wear these instead. Look, I even get a nose guard.
Oh yeah, that's very Brianna Knickerbocker, I can tell.
In addition to the investigation team, you'll meet many other unique characters.
How do you take yours?
Perhaps I'll pluck that head right off.
Alright, yeah, Margaret. I wonder if her new no offense to her original VA, but I wonder if her new voice will actually make me I'm so sorry to any Margaret fans. I'll just say I find Margaret the most boring of the Persona Velvet attendants by far. I don't know, just compared to everyone else, she just doesn't really stand out. It works when she's in the arena and, when she's in the spin-offs, because then she can play straight man to the other siblings, but when it's just her, it doesn't really work, because, there's Marie, she sometimes plays off Marie, but Marie isn't always in scenes with Margaret, so I don't know, yeah.
One of them is the mysterious Marie. She may seem unfriendly and aloof, but in reality, she has a curious and outgoing personality. It seems she has some secret hobby she can't tell anyone about.
Why do you need to spend youth, though? Don't you have anything better to do?
Now that I'm getting
Just what kind of people will you meet, and what kind of relationships will you build?
I like that they don't give, they're showing them, so that's obviously kind of spoilers, but, I like that they don't actually give full profiles to, the later joining characters, not even Kanji.
Enjoy the personal stories that unfold in Inaba City.
Well, guess I had to go smack those muggers around, huh?
Bubble tea, but she's hot. I'm sorry, that's my issue with Margaret. I feel like the only real appeal that she has as a character to people is that. And I'm just not into characters if that's the only thing they have going for them.
During his year in Inaba, the protagonist moves between two worlds, creating unforgettable memories while pursuing the...
Also, thank you for the $5, Minato Kurusu. What do you prefer for art style, Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Revival? It's hard for me to say on the spot. I do like Reload, though.
Truth behind the case. In the real world, he lives the life of a Japanese teenager.
Oh wow, these guys, the teachers having portraits? That's amazing.
Daily life and encounters with people...
That is actually really cool, because none of the teachers, except for, sadly, Kashiwagi and King Moron, had portraits in the original. And that was something that, I know that P3 Portable gave the teachers portraits, from Persona 3, which was cool, but, this is kind of a weird, underappreciated change. I like this.
Will lead to the growth of both the protagonist and his persona.
Hey, I'm no man!
In the alternate world within the Midnight Channel, the investigation team uses personas strengthened by real-world experiences to battle shadows, exploring and taking on the challenge of solving the case.
Let's beat him up!
I really hope that they bring back Teddy's "It's not strong at all." I don't know why it's a meme only to me, because in my playthrough I just saw that line all the time, even against mini bosses, and it was real. I don't know why. It was just Teddy sees the biggest nightmarish eldritch horror ever. It's not strong at all. I'm sure you can win.
Life as a teenager is full of new experiences and encounters. From school activities and events to after school, there are countless ways to spend your time.
Okay, they did bring back the motorbike, which is cool. Also, Yuta doesn't have a portrait though. I still if I ever made a tier list of every single Social Link character so far, I'd probably put I am struggling to remember her name. Was it Aries? Is it Eri? I'm drawing a massive blank, and that should tell you something. Persona 4 Temperance would probably be at the very bottom, even lower than Oya, because, I defend Oya in some ways. I think the way that Oya connects to Shido's plot is really nice, especially if you do it later in the game, but, I like the idea of, a new stepmom bonding with her stepson. That's nice. It just, takes so long to get to the good stuff in that Social Link, and... It's also, I do hope, they probably will fix this. It is area, okay, good. They probably will fix this. It is so painfully slow to advance as well. Like, it takes, like, 13 points to get to, like, to rank 10. And you can't hang out with her except by doing the daycare part-time job. So, like, you need to either draw fortunes over and over and reload for fortunes, or just painstakingly do the daycare job. And it's, like, only 2 days a week or something like that. It's like, So, like, it has the thing of, like, her social link is boring, but it's also really slow to raise, so I really hope that they improve the pacing of this social link at least.
Play hide and seek. You're it.
Studying. Working part-time. Hanging out with friends.
Yeah, okay. This karaoke was definitely not in the original, I'm pretty sure. Unless it was something that I didn't... Oh no, the fox. The fox is back. The fox is gonna extort us for all our money again!
Forming new relationships. Inaba's abundant nature also offers experiences unique to the town.
I love how they didn't change the fishing minigame at all. Like, honestly, once you get used to it, it's actually not that bad.
By interacting and deepening your bonds with the townspeople, you can build your social links.
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay, that UI looks kind of nice.
Your persona abilities will improve. You'll acquire skills that give you advantages in battle. And your power to fight in this other world will...
Okay, so... why is this blue, though? This shouldn't be blue. Blue's Persona 3's color. So, this is interesting. Because, okay, looking at this, Yosuke stats are still kind of balanced. I hope they buff Yosuke. Yosuke was the one party member who kind of sucked in Golden. But this thing here, trait, weakness damage amp. So, it looks like Persona traits are actually back. And that's very interesting. I liked Persona traits in P5 Royal a lot. So them being back here is kind of cool. I wonder if that's, like, unique to Yosuke. Like, this doesn't seem like a unique Yosuke thing, though. It feels like a lot of personas could have this. So I don't know if this is, like, teachable by skill card, or if this actually is Jiraiya's unique thing. But yeah, Garu, Lunge, Diasu, Kaja, Makajama, Power Slash. This looks pretty similar to what he learned in the original. Which, if so, is kind of sad, because he did sort of suck in the original game, but yeah.
Bro.
You're blue now, that's my attack.
All voice acting...
Oh, by the way, please nobody talk about Deltarune spoilers. I've seen Deltarune Chapter 5 at this point, but there might be people in the chat who haven't, so just, yeah.
This title has been newly recorded, and not only the main story, each social link and new event will be fully voiced.
Yes! Yes! Please do this! That's another thing from Reload I'm praising Reload for. That it introduced fully voiced social links as a standard, because Persona 6 is probably gonna have fully voiced social links, and that's amazing.
We hope you enjoy the even more captivating encounters and daily life.
Tempted to make it my own.
Oh, okay, so Margaret being fully voice acted in her, they are social links, actually, yeah, in those scenes, particularly the Black Frost story, because the anime made that so much funnier than it was in the game. I felt like a lot of, maybe that's why I don't like Margaret as much, like, her ranks weren't voiced, and a lot of them relied on, like, deadpan jokes, and it was a lot harder to kind of understand them without any voice acting.
As you gain more experience, the protagonist's social stats will be refined.
Okay, yeah, so knowledge, courage, diligence, understanding, expression, pretty much the same.
Depending on these parameters, the part-time jobs you can take on, and the range of social links you can have...
Okay, so that's kind of the same? I wonder if they'll change, like, Shu to require, because, like, you couldn't actually start Tower until very late originally. Also, Great Vegetables intensifies. You couldn't start Tower originally until really late because it required max understanding. It's really funny in New Game Plus when you can start that right at the beginning of the game in New Game Plus, because the only gate is max understanding. It's not gated out by story progression at all. So, like, you can actually meet him really early in New Game Plus, but, like, I don't know if anyway, it always felt a little bit weird to me that, like, you didn't actually start that until very late.
Who you meet and what you do, your choices will help the protagonist grow.
Yes, Great Vegetables.
The alternate worlds depicted on TV take on various forms.
Voice acting improved a lot of the social links in P3. Oh yeah, no, Black Skull. Yeah, I agree because I just remembered. Like, Yuko was a character I did not care for in the original game at all. I really, really like Yuko in the remake. Like, she's one of my favorite characters now, and it's entirely because of voice acting. Also, this looks cool.
The shadows
Kind of looks a little bit like it's made of, like, blocks. Okay, but this is still, I mean, there's a bit of a room there, but this is still just a hallway.
Your mission is to explore these worlds, battle the shadows, and rescue missing people.
Because this was by far, like, the, like, actually, I wonder if they're gonna add, like, missing people requests like P3, Portable, and Reload did. But, like, this was one of the biggest gameplay criticisms of the original, that, like, the dungeons are just kind of boring. They're all just, like, straight lines, and it doesn't look like that's changing much.
You all came to rescue me?
If you attack when the shadow is off guard, you can start the battle with a preemptive strike and gain the upper hand.
Okay, you can win this!
On the other hand, if you are attacked by a shadow, they will strike first, so you must be careful.
Oh crap! 2 enemies! They're attacking us first!
A new guard action has been added in this game. You can guard against attacks and strike while the shadow is flinching.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like people are gonna get very mad about that, being like, oh, they made preemptive strike, because preemptive strikes were very overpowered in, like, not just in Reload, but also Metaphor. Just the number of times in Metaphor where I'm like, I don't get a preemptive and I get slaughtered, but I do get a preemptive and I just win immediately. So, yeah, I do feel like, I don't know, this is one aspect where I'm like, yeah, this could make things a bit too easy.
Or avoid combat altogether. Use strategy to navigate this alternate world.
Yeah, I would have loved the P5 Palace treatment for these places. It would have been a lot of work though, but I would have loved it.
Go down, and you can take another turn.
Also,
Furthermore,
oh, this is a new version of Reach Out to the Truth, isn't it?
You can initiate an all-out attack, dealing massive damage.
Okay, that's cool.
In this
Okay,
game,
that's
new
kinda cool.
features have been added to this turn-based battle system.
Okay, so Send Flying is the one that kind of interests me the most.
Evolving into an even more exhilarating and intense battle experience.
Preemptives are more necessary in Metaphor's hard mode because of the extra enemy press turn. Yeah, true. Don't mind the dungeons, just hope that they have more meat to them. You like P5R Tartarus? Yeah, true. I haven't actually played, The Answer in P3 Reload yet, but, yeah, I've heard weird things. I would like Trolling Craft. I would like it if we can insta-kill low-level enemies like in Metaphor. It's pretty much entirely what Metaphor's field combat is for, and it's just nice to not have to bother with, like, low-level enemies.
Use Send Flying on a shadow afflicted with a status ailment to spread that ailment to nearby enemies.
Yeah, this is cool.
When battling,
But, like, it probably makes it's probably a little easier if, not easier, sorry, probably a little bit more meaningful if there was, like, a technical system, though. Because this would be really interesting in Persona 5.
multiple shadows, look for opportunities to knock them back and take them all down at once.
Woo! You sent him flying!
They can still throw away money. I love that, like, throwing away money while confused is actually considered a skill internally. So, like, if you hack the game, you can actually, like, use that.
With your team to chain knockbacks. Baton Pass makes it easier to team up with allies to take down.
Yeah, they would bring this back. It's gonna be in, like, every Persona game at this point.
Leveraging your team's unique strengths.
Here I go.
I don't know if it's gonna make you stronger, though.
When the gauge fills, unleash a powerful Prime Time, overwhelming enemies with a barrage of relentless attacks. During Prime Time, all skill costs drop to 0. You can go on the offensive and overwhelm them without giving them a chance to fight back.
Or, like, I guess maybe if, like, there is a hard difficulty where you actually need it, like, you could just use Prime Time to heal and buff. Like, that would be kind of a cool way to do it. Like, it reminds me a little bit of, like, Bravely Default, except with no drawbacks to it, except it runs off a meter. People are probably concerned about this being, like, again, as though they make the game too easy, but, like, well, I don't know, like, it's... See, like, Persona 5 Tactica also showed me something. Tactica is a very easy game, but it's also really fun. Like, it feels really satisfying to get chained knockdowns and, like, move halfway, and move, like, all the way across the map in one turn, and then get a triangle going, and, like, triangle all the enemies at the same time. Like, again, not a hard game, but when its mechanics work together, it's actually really fun. So, like, that's the thing, like, not everything needs to be hard, although I do, again, I do see the arguments about them making Persona 2, like, mindless.
Finish with a spectacular prime-time finish to deal massive damage. Enjoy the thrill of wiping out your enemies. With new features added and battles powered up, be sure to give it a try. The power of the heart, Persona. The power you awaken by facing the shadow self you have repressed and finally accepted.
Yeah, I still really, really like Nevermore as well. Again, entirely because of my Persona 4 playthrough.
Normally, each person can wield only one persona, but with a special ability known as Wild.
Wild.
Can
Not
freely
wild
switch
card,
between
just
various
wild.
personas.
Probably more literal translation, I guess.
Each persona has its own unique skills and weaknesses. And by switching between them to match the characteristics of your shadow, you can gain the upper hand in battle.
Let's see.
Yep, okay, I think Copper Tengu was in. Like, I'm just gonna offend all the Persona 4 fans here. Was Valkyrie in original P4? I don't remember using Valkyrie very much.
Furthermore, as you fight more battles, your personas level up and learn new skills.
Yeah, again, why is this blue? This looks too Persona 3 to me. That's my nitpick.
Expands your strategic
But I mean, that animation is very cool, though.
The Velvet Room is a special...
Oh, right, here's the
only to
the hating car Atlas thing. That's a cool animation, though.
Here, you can perform Persona Fusion to combine the protagonist's persona.
Okay, yeah, so this pretty much works like the same way that it does in like Reload and stuff, but like it's cool though.
Through trial and error to create your
Trial and error.
persona.
Or looking up a Fusion guide online. But to be honest though, it's like you can kind of do what you want with Fusion. It's like not that punishing. Except in the original, where, like, you know, you really had to have a fire resist persona for Shadow Yukiko, otherwise you were screwed.
Persona 4 Revival preserves the best of the original, while adding new elements. For everyone watching this program, we present a message from the game's producer, Kazuhisa Wada.
Oh, okay, right. I actually forgot to mention this. This is something that I needed to mention in the Persona 6 thing. So the thing that also I need to, like, I'm wondering about is that, like, Persona 6 is going to be the first Persona game without the involvement of the original team. Because, like, Meguro and, Shoji Meguro and, like, Kaneko and, like, most of the people who worked on the original, like, Persona 3 and onward, went to Studio Zero with Metaphor. And I don't think they're going to be working on, like, Persona in the future. Though granted, I don't think they were that heavily involved in Strikers, and Strikers was amazing. So, if, like, the team that's working on, like, P6, and I presume some of the remakes, although the remakes are probably a separate team, but if the team that's working on Persona 6 is the Strikers team, I'm gonna be very happy. Like, Tactica, there were elements of Tactica that felt a bit off, mainly writing-wise. The gameplay was still kind of fine, though, but, like, Strikers was incredible. And so, I'm not worried if they're actually the Strikers people. It's John Persona. Meguro isn't confirmed to be on P6, but Hashino, Suejima, and Kaneko will not be for sure. Okay. Kazushi Wada was on the original P2 to P5 team. Okay, yeah, a lot of them probably were. I mean, like, just the really big names not being on Persona anymore. Because, like, again, like the writers, like Toru Yoroki and Yusuke Nitta, whose names I've absolutely memorized because they're goated, because they wrote for Royal, but not Vanilla P5, and they also wrote, Strikers. And also, I think it was Yusuke Nitta who actually, like, when P5, like, whatchamacallit, the gacha game with the Subway Slammer, like, he found even he found the Subway Slammer terrible, and they actually brought him on to, like, write the rest of, I have completely forgotten its name, the gacha game, it's like P5X, yeah. So, they actually brought Yusuke Nitta on to write the rest of the story after people hated the Subway Slammer so much, which is kind of amazing. And, like, I've actually heard good things about the later, like, some of the other chapters of, like, P5X. Some of them seem kind of interesting. So, like, yeah, Yusuke Nitta is a goated writer, and I really hope that he's writing for Persona 6.
Hello. My name is Kazuhi Sawada, general producer of the Persona team. Persona 4 builds on a new direction established by Persona 3, refining it into something with a completely different color.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, Persona 4 was basically a ROM hack of Persona 3 because Atlas had no budget at the time and was going bankrupt, but it worked amazingly well.
While the core gameplay systems are similar, it offers an experience that feels entirely distinct from Persona 3. The story follows a murder mystery unfolding in a quiet rural town, a premise that might sound heavy on its own. But paired with warm, endearing characters, the bonds they forge, a vibrant yellow color palette, and an upbeat, energetic soundtrack, Persona 4 becomes something truly one of a kind. A coming-of-age mystery unlike anything else.
That's actually very interesting, because, like, and I'm probably, like, kind of wrong in this regard, but, like, I was kind of always of the opposite, like, mentality with Persona 4, that, like, it looks super bright, sunshine, happy on the surface, but it has some really, really dark stuff in it, in my opinion, kind of darker than P3. That was kind of mostly because I kind of had a lot of backlash to Persona 3 being like, Persona, like, the Persona 3 elitists being like, Persona 3 is so dark, it's so bleak, it's cool because it's just so serious and tragic and scary and stuff. And I'm like, Persona 3 is like one of the most uplifting stories that I've ever played. Like, I actually think P3 is a lot lighter than people think it is, and I kind of always felt that P4 was a lot dark, or more that people just didn't acknowledge the darker parts of P4. So it's kind of interesting that this is like, this director's talking about the reverse. Like, oh yeah, there's a premise is kind of dark, but also it has lighter stuff that, like, makes it not too dark, which is also a valid way to look at it.
Even nearly 20 years later, it continues to be loved by audiences all around the world. That's exactly why we wanted to bring it to even more players using the expressive power and accessibility of the modern Persona series. At the same time, we aim to preserve the original experience while bringing the Persona 4 people remember back to life in an even more vivid way. With that
yeah, like, that's my, like, issue is that, like, again, you already brought Persona 4 back to life in a vivid way in Golden, and, like, I think Golden's aged well enough that I don't know how necessary this remake is.
We began development on Persona 4 Revival. Throughout development, what we valued most was faithfully delivering the atmosphere players felt back then. The pastoral charm of the rural town of Inaba, the everyday conversations with friends, and the gradually unfolding mystery and human drama. All of these elements form the heart of the experience.
Oh, hi, Shadow Kanji.
We constructed them down to the finest detail.
But they didn't put in the fog or the TV filter in the TV world, therefore this remake is 0 out of 10, literally ruined. Again, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm not saying that you can't, like, criticize things, but, like, I'm not into the whole argument of, like, they, you know, like, I get why people are attached to certain elements of the original, but, like, a lot of them were also hardware limitations too, like, I don't know, I just, Yeah, I do think, like, the CRT filter on the TV world was nice, but, like, you kind of barely noticed it as well.
At the same time, the gameplay itself has evolved significantly to meet modern standards. From UI improvements to more refined battle pacing and enhanced dungeon playability, we focused on
Enhanced dungeon
creating a
playability,
smooth,
that's interesting.
stress-free experience.
So they are aware
As a
that
team,
the dungeons
we are
were
fully
criticized.
committed to delivering something that feels both nostalgic and new.
If they had Ica, I don't think because they couldn't really make a new Arcana for Ica. But, also, yeah, P3 is the edgiest folk bra, like Lost One Soul says, yeah, wow. Heaven is just so heartbreaking of a dungeon. Like, that dungeon hurts on so many levels. I still, like, the music for that dungeon still just hurts.
In the Persona series, music has always played a vital role in shaping both the story and the overall gameplay experience. Persona 4 is no exception. Its soundtrack is an integral part of what makes the game so memorable. For this project, we refined all of the original tracks while preserving their core appeal. All vocal and battle tracks have been newly rearranged into full-length versions.
Okay.
With additional fine-tuning to better match the game's presentation and pacing.
So like, Reach Out to the Truth will actually get the full verses and lyrics in, like, normal battles instead of just needing to listen to that on the soundtrack? I guess that's what they're saying? But yeah, also, Specialist is fun. I don't know why Specialist became such a meme.
We've also created a number of brand new tracks, including the opening theme and battle music. We're confident that both newcomers experiencing Persona 4 for the first time and longtime fans of the series will find plenty to enjoy in the music.
Oh yeah, that is interesting. Shadow Kanji does have male and female symbols, huh?
More details about the soundtrack in the future, so please stay tuned. Persona 4 Revival is a title we can confidently recommend even to those who are new to the Persona series.
Yeah, that would be true.
At its core, the experience blends deepening bonds with friends in everyday life, with facing the extraordinary, all woven together with a compelling mystery. It's a combination that's easy for anyone to connect with and truly captures the essence of the series.
What
The characters in particular feel incredibly vibrant and alive. It's genuinely a game everyone should experience at least once. At the same time, we've included plenty of elements that will feel fresh and surprising even for those who've already played Persona 4 or Persona 4 Golden. I've personally played the game many times and know it inside out, yet during testing, it still felt new.
That's a good mentality to have for a game director, I will say.
I even found myself genuinely enjoying it despite it being work.
Oh, that's also a decent mentality, which is pretty rare. Oh wow, I feel his pain there. I do wonder, because I kind of want to work in the games industry one day, but like, I do wonder if I'm gonna suffer from, like, there's a Friends quote from like when Rachel's a waitress, like a doctor, like, asks her, have you ever thought to yourself, if I see one more cup of coffee? Like, I wonder if game developers get, like, if I see one more cup of coffee syndrome, as in, like, they just end up hating playing games because it's their job now. But, like, it's nice that he's not getting that feeling from working on this.
Of course, there's new content, but even beyond that, the enhancements and overall presentation bring a level of immersion that exceeded my expectations. I think players will come away feeling that it's familiar, yet new.
Oh, that looks nice.
We'd love for you to return to Inaba and experience that unforgettable year once again. Now let's take a look back at the key remake elements featured in this
Okay, so
title.
this is just probably
Please
a
enjoy.
summary. Okay, graphics. Yeah, see there, the CRT filter is there, and it's not there in the remake, so people are probably going to be like complaining about that. Oh, okay, yeah, and then you got the portraits side by side. Yeah, I hear a lot of people don't like the new portraits. I mean, I'm fine. At the same time, like, it's weird. I like Aaliyah's design in Fire Emblem Engage. I don't dislike any of the character designs in the game. Even Hortensia is, like, fine to me. Like, Hortensia is kind of the only one that would be a little weird, but, like, what I'm saying is, like, I have weird taste when it comes to visuals. Like, I don't think I have, like, a bad sense of, like, visual taste or anything. In fact, when I cover Fortune's Weave in this stream, I will talk about there is one character design that I do actually kind of dislike in that one, but, like, I have weird, yeah, so I'm not really the biggest authority on, like, design. Yeah, guarding could make things a bit too easy, but we'll see. Again, this would be better if, like, there was technical.
Alright. Just don't overdo it.
Please, I'll be fine.
Just don't overdo it. Yukiko immediately burns down the entire studio.
Konohana Sakuya?
Probably what Yukiko would do, canonically. Oh yeah, I wonder if they will reference Yu's shadow from the anime. That would be kind of cool if that came up during the final battle.
Here's the fun part.
Yeah, this is different to Yuri Lowenthal, but he does still sound pretty good. Hey, fully voiced social links, which is always the thing that we want.
More the advisor type, you know?
Ah, it says that! Sorry. That's another line that's only a meme to me. But somebody just made, like, a video of just... It's just, like... Okay, so it's only kind of back. It's only kind of back, so it's not... It's on backup internet at the moment. Like, my backup network, which might not be strong enough to stream. I don't know if you can actually still hear me. Yeah, this is definitely OBS. Oh, I unmuted my mic. I don't know if you can... Okay, you can hear me, good. Yeah, I don't know if this internet is able to... Because, on the bright side, I can probably do, like, trailers on this internet connection. I definitely can't stream an actual game on this, but I might still be able to do trailers, so... We were pretty much, we're pretty much, done with the, yeah, that's, dead. We're pretty much done with, the Persona reactions. Kamo no Hashi or something. We were pretty much done with the Persona reactions anyway, so that's good that I was able to, get that, actually get that done. So again, I am, the internet is, red, though, so I don't know if it will be, insanely laggy or anything if I try to keep doing this. Yeah, so I have this thing where my internet switches to, a 5G backup network if the main thing goes down. Yeah, looking at the stream itself, it actually is kind of working. Okay, I can try... So my original plan was... With my Persona trailer reactions done, I would just do a couple of, other trailers, and then end on Fortune's Weave, because, that's kind of the main one that, just so that people, don't just leave after Persona, and then, to kind of try and keep people watching, but anyway. So I suppose I can try... Oh, it's randomly buffering. Oh, and it's hiccuping. Yeah, thought so. Yeah, maybe this is not good. It's pretty in and out. Yeah. I was having a really good time too. Yeah, this is it's the exact same problem as I had this morning. Australia's national broadband network is just on the fritz right now for some reason. Again, at least I got the Persona trailer reactions. So I can try, like, a little bit, maybe, and I can maybe try and put the Spyro trailer down to, like, 720p, because I did want to talk about, I don't want to talk about Spyro for, like, that much, but, yeah, it's still, like, a little bit, probably a little bit buffering. Oh, there is also the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, obviously. You're going in and out, hiccuping. Bloody hell. That's an... I was really enjoying this too. Yeah, okay, right. So, I guess I'll have to do the rest another time. But at least I got the Persona 6 and 4 Revival trailer reactions in. But yeah, it's probably best if I just stop now, because it's permanently red. So yeah, thank you for watching this.